Hello, everybody, and welcome. And I am so excited to bring you one of my longtime friends and colleagues, Deni Caruth. We have been connected, gosh, Deni, I don't even know how long we have been connected, and you've been part of our community. But I'm so grateful to have you here today and that you took the time just to share some of your journey. So thank you for being here, Deni.
Oh, thanks for asking me. And yeah, all I could say is it's been over a decade. I know that.
Over a decade. Oh my gosh. The time flies when you're having fun. Holy cow. Yeah. For 10 years now, you've been part of our community.
Yeah,
Wow.
Than that.
Wow. That's awesome. All right. We've only been doing this for 13 years. So wow, that's pretty close.
Probably been 12.
Wow. That's awesome. That is, wow. Okay. So let me just be grateful for that. That's pretty cool. And you know, one of the things that I love about your story, Deni, I'm remembering all those years ago in a conversation you and I had. I remember I was sitting on my couch and you had this, oh my gosh, kind of energy. And you talk about piles and papers everywhere when trying to work your business and work all of your clients. And because, you know, at the time you were trying to do two different things. You're a personal trainer and you're doing this coaching thing. So you're like managing these two worlds. And I remember you talking about the disorganization and just like, let's go back there. We won't go back very long, but let's go back there and tell us about that. Because I know a lot of people that I talk to when they're first getting started, they really struggle with the whole disorganization, feeling scattered. So tell us what it was like for you back then.
Well, and just hearing you say it, I'm like, okay, that was really me. I'm kind of a piler anyway. Like I know where everything is, but it isn't a pile. There's lots of paper. And at the time that I came across Coach's Console initially, my husband was telling me, you know, the best way to organize is to put everything on the computer.
Oh my gosh. I need to send your husband a card or a gift or something.
No, don't tell him he was right.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, but I don't know. I was so fearful of doing that. So I was trying to put things online and then I still had piles of paper. And then finally I threw everything away and I just had everything online. And then we had a virus.
Ooh.
And I lost everything.
Ooh, yeah.
So note to self was, okay, having everything on my computer doesn't always work, but neither did the piles of paper. So when I came across Coach's Console, that's where I was. I was so torn with, you know, paper, organization, because I felt I was organized, but everything was like, there was so much.
And what did that, like, I remember one of the other things that you told me about your story was I don't know if this is how you word it, but it like put a cap on how many clients you could work with and how much you could do. Like it really kept you at a certain level. I forget exactly how you described it.
Well, it was almost like I was fearful to grow. Ooh. Because I didn't know how I would handle it.
Because you only knew what you knew in the moment, which was this certain way of doing things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh, if it gets to be a bigger pile, that's going to be, I can't handle that.
Yes. So and I had tried, like in the fitness industry, there were some technologies that had come out to organize your business and organize your clients and all of that. But it wasn't everything that I needed. And I didn't know that at the time. It's like, as I'm using the systems, I'm like, okay, something's missing. Okay, I'm still having to do that. That doesn't make sense. And because it was a long time ago, it was just really hard for me because I couldn't get everything that I needed. And so I felt like, to me, my answer was, don't grow.
Ooh.
Don't grow.
I know. Isn't that interesting? But your passion is like, no. We got to work with more people. We love to. But everything else is like, please don't grow any bigger. Like, I can't handle it right now, and I can't handle if we grow bigger. And there is that battle that goes on inside of us. And I hear it from so many people.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it's not fun. All right, so let's don't talk about that because that's not fun. I do want to talk about one thing regarding that. And, you know, one thing that I talk about in this community a lot and in boot camp is whenever we experience something positive or negative, you know, there's external implications and there's then the internal implications as well. So just talk for a brief moment about in this disorganized, like that voice that says, please don't grow. Like in that spot, like what were the external implications in your business or life?
The external?
Yeah. Like you know what I mean by external?
Yes. So external was obviously an income cap.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like the only way I could make more money was to charge more, that I couldn't necessarily take on more people.
Yeah.
And I know business is a combination of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you take on more people, but you also charge more as you get better at what you're doing and you're crafting more. So I felt like I had an income cap because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was this question, you know, my husband would say things like, what about that program you bought that taught you how to do this? And you invested in this, how are you using that? And it wasn't really helping me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just taking up more and more of my time. So I had an income cap because I felt like I couldn't take on more people, but I can only charge more, which also caused a cap. And then just that whole thing about time. Time was huge for me back then because my kids were younger. So
right. How many kids do you have?
I have 3 adults.
Yeah. But then they were still running around the house back then.
Right. Yes. My youngest she's 23 now. So she was like 13, you know, she was a teenager and
Middle
actually
school.
before that. So she's probably about 10
at
that time.
Yeah.
Things were really hard for me because I wanted the freedom to, you know, stay home with my kids and work from home and yet be a valid income contributor.
Right.
An entrepreneur.
Right. Now you have this saying in your business. I call it, you hit this, enough is enough. Like enough is enough. I'm done dealing with that voice and having this cap and trying to figure it, like this is not working. Enough is enough. And people hit that point. You have a great phrase that you say a lot is it onward and upward? Is that how you say it?
Onward and upward.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, enough is enough. Here we go. Something's got to be different. So you hit that point. Yeah. And what happened after that?
What happened after that was I found Coach's Consult.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that, and really back then, Melinda, and you probably remember, I struggled with, is this system going to work for me?
Yeah.
I was focusing more on personal training. I was trying to slide more into the coaching.
Yeah.
Back then, I think most of your clients were probably coaches.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of changes have been made in the system in the 10 or 12 years you've been with us. Yeah. Like, thanks to your feedback a lot as well and feedback of other members. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It was something that I really prayed about, to be honest. And I just thought, I don't need one more thing. I need the thing.
Oh, okay. That right there. That's a favorite frame. I don't need one more thing. I need the thing.
I have chills. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Like in that moment, like I do, I have goosebumps. If I could move my computer so you could see my arms and legs, I don't need one more thing. I need the thing.
I need that.
And like as soon as you made that statement, everything clicked inside of you and alignment occurred with alignment with your mission, alignment with your thoughts, alignment with your words, your actions. Yes. That's what I get when I just heard, like, I've never heard you make that statement before. And that's,
I don't know that I've made it.
I don't need one more thing. I need the thing. And then all of a sudden you're in alignment. Mm-hmm. And then once you get in alignment, that's what I've experienced, especially as a woman. But when anybody gets in alignment, unstoppable.
Well, you can move easier, you know, and I'll use that fitness analogy as a corrective exercise specialist. When I see people unable to move very well, something is out of alignment.
Right.
And so number one is get in your best possible alignment. Number 2 is stabilize. Number 3 is movement. And I'm just on a roll.
Okay, repeat that. Number one,
get in your best possible alignment.
Okay.
Number 2, stabilize. And stabilization prevents injury, but it does something else. It inhibits unwanted movement.
Yep. The wrong movement.
Yeah.
That could harm you or do damage like that, right?
Correct. And then movement is last. Movement is last.
Wow. Okay. So now this is super cool. I'm totally going to borrow all this. So let's take this analogy because I think everybody listening in can probably understand that. Look, I'm taking notes.
Yes. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
Everybody can understand that from a physical trainer kind of body workout kind of analogy, but let's translate that to business. So let's play with this. So first you get into alignment. So what did you do in your business? How did you see the alignment in your business?
First was what I felt like I'd been called to do.
Okay.
And second was who I was called to serve. And then third was, how could I make that happen I'm all about simplicity.
Yeah.
Ease and simplicity. I always talk about efficiency and effectiveness. And so I really wanted something that was going to allow me to be efficient and effective, not
so
the other.
That was that last piece, like the coach's console, the technology to organize the back end, to support you in your alignment of your mission and doing the work you're doing. So
that was my stabilization factor. So if you think of alignment, stability, and movement, the coach's console was my stabilization factor. It is my stabilization factor.
So that got you stable so you could focus on your mission and working with your clients.
Yes.
Because you had this
from doing things that I don't need to do. It keeps me from doing things that could potentially harm my business, time-wise, client relations, all that kind of thing.
Like working on the wrong tasks, doing the wrong things, spending time on things that aren't effective.
Yes.
So now with this system, and then the added layer of boot camp, because you're a boot camp graduate as well, now that just brings in even more focus, and you have this platform supporting your business to make the back end simple, to bring alignment to the front end, and then the movement.
Here's another point.
Okay. I'm ready.
This is what I tell clients. I mean, not just fitness clients, but lifestyle clients. While you're moving, so you've got alignment, stability, and movement. If while you're moving, you get out of alignment, stop.
Just stop.
Stop. Don't try to get back into alignment while you're moving. Stop, get back into alignment, stabilize. And so that's what boot camp was for me. I was at that point where I was moving because I'd been with you guys for a long time.
Yeah.
But
I felt 5 or 6, 7 years that you've been working the system, the console system, but hadn't done boot camp yet.
And we were growing together.
Yeah, we sure
were.
I mean?
We were growing together. But I felt like even in that growth, I was getting out of alignment again. So I had to stop. Okay. And I had an opportunity to get into boot camp. And that brought me back into alignment. It helped me restabilize my business. And now I'm moving again.
Nice. Nice. That is a beautiful analogy. So, I don't need one more thing. I need the thing. And alignment, stability, movement. And if you're moving and you get out of alignment, stop. Get back in alignment and then move. And that's what I say, inspired action, right? Because then you're moving, you're taking the right steps in the right direction, and you have this inspired action, which is easier to do the work that sometimes may not be as fun to do, but necessary because you're in alignment, right? So it's easier to do all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people think that's the boring part, but it really isn't.
Right. When you're in alignment and when you have that, then it's not boring. Then you're not like, oh gosh, I got to do this other thing. Right. So that's a good indicator. It's like a good red flag. If you're sitting there dreading, oh, I have to create emails. Oh, I've got to work on this webpage. Oh, I've got to do this. Then that's an indicator that you're not in alignment and you don't have the stability and the support. So that's also interesting. It can be a red flag for people. Time out. Let's do something different here.
If you're not moving easily anymore, or if what you're doing is creating pain, then you're probably out of alignment.
Yeah. And that's another thing that we hear is so many people think that setting up a business is just a dreadful thing. They're like, okay, let's just hurry up and get this done so I can do the work I want to do. And that is such, like, why would you even want to do that, right? No, the whole process can be fun and an adventure and a great experience. And you've given a great analogy for how to make that. The way I call it is to be in flow, right? Everything's just flowing and moving and it's like, okay, everything's going just as it should be.
That's right.
Well, that is beautiful. And thank you for that analogy. And I know that's another one of your big words, like you said, simplicity and ease. And so now that you're on the other side of this and you've got the system, you have the structure, and I would also add in the community. Like, I think that's a big part.
I love the
community factor in things. How has the ease and simplicity, how is that showing up in your business for you right now?
Oh, wow. Of course, I'm one of those people that always feels like I could do it better.
That's what drives us all, right? Always constant and never ending improvement.
I know.
Always. That's the heart and soul of an entrepreneur right there.
That's me. Yes, yes. Well, I feel like easier, simpler to me equates to faster. It may not seem like it sometimes, but ease to me allows me to get where I'm going faster because I can do it better. I can move better.
Yeah.
And if I can do things more efficiently, if I can be more effective in what I'm doing, that creates ease. Ease translates into, like I said, to me getting there faster.
Yeah.
Because
And
I'm not undoing and doubling back, and my big thing is do-overs.
We don't want to have many do it. We can have them, but we don't want to have as many of them. And that's one of the things I remember you said at one time was, you're really being more productive with your time because you're more effective and you can move faster. And so you're recouping a lot of your time is what I've heard you talk about as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
And how is this impacting your life as well? So outside of the business you've created, right? Because we always create the business so that we can have the life that we want to have. Yeah. How is this impacting your life?
I love when things can happen when I'm not in that moment.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, I just went to Chicago to visit my son, and I was gone for 5 days, and it was so good. And to be able to, I have a private Facebook group, and I do 3 major posts a week. And while I didn't, what am I trying to say? Set those up like in Hootsuite or something. Uh-huh. I prepared them because I do graphics. So I did all that in advance. And then there were other things that I was working on in the background. I got everything set up before I left. And thank God I did, because I get to his house and he doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So when we did when we did go to Starbucks, it was just click, 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 and I was done. Either that or it was already set up, to communicate with my clients and get what they needed. So it just made it, I don't know, it just makes my life so much easier.
I know. I always like when I get the email, like just last night, I was sleeping and I wake up and I've got emails notifying me of new clients. I'm like, okay, I like this part of it.
This part's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Well, thank you, Deni, so much for being here. It's just an honor always to connect with you. And I'm so grateful that you've been part of our community for so many years now. And I look forward to the next 12 and the next decade together.
Yes.
And thank you, everybody, for listening in. And, if you are experiencing what Deni is, or what she did, where you're disorganized, you feel scattered or all over the place with piles, or you have that voice that says, please don't grow, I can't handle it. Like any of that stuff, like use the 3 steps she said. Get into alignment, find stability, and then take movement.
Yes.
We've got our boot camp that we have right now. You'll see the link below. We'd love to have you as part of boot camp. We take you through the modules of everything you need to set up and launch your business. And we give you the console system 6 months free right now with all of this, so that you can implement it and have that stability that Deni's had, so that she can have the simplicity, so she can work with more clients, so she can handle all those tasks much more easily when she's not even at work. And that's what we want for you as well. So again, I know, right? We do. So thank you, Deni, for being here. And I wish you a wonderful day, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.